Hi, my name's Isaac, and this is the all-new 2026 Subaru Uncharted. And today, I'm gonna give you guys a walk around of this car. I've been invited by Subaru here to look at this pre-production model and show you guys some of the stuff that you can expect on this upcoming Subaru EV. This is not to be mistaken for the Uncharted video game. This doesn't have any affiliation as far as I know, though personally I think that's kind of a missed opportunity. I can see it now. Uncharted 5, but this time Nathan Drake is a car. Anyway, let's get started up here. So here at the front end, you're gonna have full LED daytime running lights and LED headlights. I really like the signature look right here. I think it's cool how they've incorporated the black Subaru logo here, and then you'll have a camera for the 360-degree camera system. You'll get parking sensors right here, and overall, it's a really neat look. It's very sharp, and it is very similar to the Subaru Solterra's look, but I do think these two cars are pretty distinct, though I like what Subaru is doing with their EV setup recently, because you can see the Trail Seeker is right here, and that has a very similar front fascia design as well, but I still think they stand out. This color is called Habanero Orange. I think it looks fantastic, especially with the black accents that you get here on the Uncharted. It's a very neat look. This particular Uncharted is a Sport, which is sort of in the middle of their lineup. It has up to 338 horsepower and about 290 miles of electric range. And let's move to the profile here. I'll show you, you'll get 18-inch wheels on this particular one. It's a pretty neat blacked out design, but you can see it's very aerodynamic. Then this is gonna come standard with an NACS charge port, which means it is able to be charged at Tesla charging stations, and it supports up to 150 kilowatts. You'll get blacked out mirror caps, camera right here for that 360-degree camera system. You'll see turn signal indicators here. It is a very neat look, again, that I think flows well with the rest of its sister vehicles in this new Subaru EV lineup. And then the rear door here has this cool design that flows into the C-pillar. That's where your handle's actually gonna be here. I think that's neat. The only other vehicle I've seen that on in modern times is like maybe the Kia K4, but I like the swoop you get down here. And as we move to the rear, a very cool patterned LED rear tail light. You get your all-wheel drive. Subaru is spelled out right here, and a backup camera with more parking sensors. This is going to be a very, very well-equipped car when it finally hits the market here in a few months. And then I love this little lip spoiler you get right here. That's a neat look. And then, of course, Uncharted is spelled out here on the back. I mean it, Naughty Dog. If you ever want to do a crossover with Subaru, I think now is the time. You could definitely fit one of these in the next game. Moving into the rear very quickly, it does seem like a pretty spacious area, though the exact specifications of the cubic feet of storage back here have not yet been released. Let's move inside. Tucker is my cameraman and my brother. He is more than a cameraman to me. He is literally my biological sibling. I'm gonna have him move to the passenger door, and then we'll jump inside real quick and take a look at what's new here on the interior. So here we are hopping into the interior here. Tucker, why don't you get a little bit closer? We'll show the audience some of the new features in here. This is very neat. So you'll have a very large display screen here, and you can see you can adjust your climate controls right here. That's neat. And again, something that's becoming a little bit more popular on certain vehicles. You'll have dual phone chargers. That's very efficient. I don't know if I've ever seen another vehicle with dual phone chargers, but then again, I know somebody's gonna tell me in the comment section that their car has it and that I'm a buffoon. You'll have your hazard button in here, just very intuitively laid out, and then your shifter is right here. Now, unfortunately, I can't shift or drive since this is a pre-production model, but it is a very unique design. I'm gonna guess you put your foot down and spin that dial. You'll have your drive mode selectors. This armrest is very comfortable and the seats are very nice. And then Tucker, if you come over here, this is sort of like a heads-up gauge cluster screen that you get right here. That's very, very cool. It's going to give you all the readouts that you need. Sort of instead of having it as a heads-up display on the windshield, it's a little bit different of a design compared to what you'd get in a traditional gauge cluster, at least where it's placed. And then you'll have this sort of squared off steering wheel, which is like very unique looking. You have a ton of buttons on here. It almost looks like sort of like an F1 car or a sort of a fighter jet, though I've been in neither an F1 car or a fighter jet, so maybe that's just what I would perceive a movie's version to be, but it definitely looks very cool. The layout is very nice, and this seating position is very nice. Here, Tucker, if you give me the camera, we're gonna do a camera handoff here. I'll show you guys some of the other buttons that you get here, power seat controls, windows, and then the ability to open up the rear lift gate. It is very nice, and you also get paddle shifters right here as well. Then I'm gonna hand this back to Tucker, and we're gonna move to the back seats really quick. All right, moving here to the back seats. We're not there yet, we're almost there. Tucker's gotta remember that the handle is up there. All right, oh wow, this is very neat. Here in the back seats on the sport trim, you will have heated seats back here, 2 USB-Cs, which is nice, and it's very comfortable. It's a nice seating position back here. I really like this, and you have the fold-down armrest. That is cool as well. It definitely feels like a fun SUV, and we'll see if it lives up to that Uncharted kind of off-road oriented name when it finally hits the market. And as soon as it does, I hope to be able to get a press loan of this vehicle, and then I'll be able to give you guys some of my driving impressions and some other stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks to Subaru for inviting me out to this unveiling event. If you guys have more questions, I'll try to answer them in the comments section with all the information that I know, but hopefully I listed it somewhere on screen if I didn't say it out loud. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. But before I go, I always like to mention that I'm a Christian. And if you have any prayer requests, I would love to be able to pray for you guys. You can leave those in the comments section below. And lastly, I like to close out with a weekly scriptural reading. This week, I was in the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 14. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. And remember, no matter what vehicle you drive, I hope it lasts you a long time and it serves you well.